Premiership, first fixture of the season for these two sides. It is Hibernian hosting Motherwell in this one. For the home side, they have Salinger in goal. A back three of O'Hara, Kerr and Beta. Wing backs of Paslak and Mayer, with a midfield duo of Mulligan and Chiwa, with Boyle and Elding sat either side of the wings of Nathan Lowe, who leads the line. Whereas from Motherwell, they have Paulson in goal. A back four of Sparrow, Girdwood, Reich, Mormon and Longello. Wingers of Williams and Charles Cook, with Priestman and Fadinga in midfield, and Said and Vogt leading. And we will leave that just there, because we are underway at Easter Road. It is Hibernian hosting Motherwell in this one. Two sides, of course, know each other incredibly well. This fixture being the exact same fixture on the last game of last season. So two Scottish Premiership games in a row where they'll be playing each other at Easter Road. Like I said, we are underway. Hibernian in the usual white and green, and Motherwell in their usual burgundy or maroon, should I say, and orange kit. As we see an instant ball down the left-hand side for Boyle. He's into the penalty area, looks for a cutback, and it's well cleared away. Good start from Hibernian instantly on the front foot. We see Said and Fadinga sliding into challenges. Said picks it up now, turns away from his man. He's still going in a high-intensity start to this game. Well, it's myself, Kieran Graham, alongside Lewis Raftery to bring you coverage of this one. We've just come off the back of covering the 2 o'clock kickoff, which had 7 goals in a 4-3 victory. So if this can do anything like what we just saw at 2 o'clock, this would be perfect. But Lewis, fingers crossed, we get an entertaining game.
Yeah, you say it, fingers crossed, hopefully. So if we get even, 7 goals? If you give us maybe 3, close to 4, we'd take that. If we got half the game that we usually do at the 2 o'clock, I would be very happy with that. But this is a big game for both sides. We were speaking before the air that, of course, both sides are in qualification for Europe, of course, and you covered Motherwell's first game in their first leg, I should say, in their last qualification, and you said they were very impressive. I thought Hibs were very impressive last year. These are both two teams that, to me, are just unfortunately, they're in the hearts category, aren't they? That, you know what, are they ready to step up and challenge the Rangers and Celtic? Because they've both got quality. It's just a little bit off that mistake at the back, and here come Motherwell. Yeah, here's Vogt down the right-hand side, the number 77. He's on the front foot, turns away from his man nicely, still going, and finds Priestman. It's on the right-hand side with Sparrow, who looks for a ball into the penalty area, but it goes out of play for a throw. Well, these two sides, it's not their first competitive games of the season, like Lewis just mentioned. Both coming off the back of playing European qualifiers, both advancing as well. Hibs beating Malisheva 4-3 on aggregate, 2-0 down going into the Easter Road second leg, where they went and won 4-3 on aggregate, so perfect scoreline for them to get through. They managed to turn it on its head. Nathan Lowe, the new signing on loan from Stoke, being on the score sheet, and he's getting his first touch of the game now. Very highly rated young 20-year-old forward. And then, of course, Motherwell beat Torjon 5-0 on aggregate, both being Conference League qualification games as well. But yeah, Motherwell with 5-0, much more convincing scoreline for them too. I covered the first leg and I thought they were brilliant, and they scored some outstanding goals in that game as well. Fadinga scored an absolute rocket, but Mormon, the centre-half, on his debut for Motherwell, rifled an absolute beauty on his left boot into the far top corner. It was really something special, and Fadinga went and scored in the second leg as well. He also scored in the 1-0 victory in this fixture on the final game of last season. So technically 3 competitive games in a row. Fadinga's scored 3, almost a loose back pass towards Girdwood right, but it trickled through into Paulson. But after a frantic opening, maybe 30 seconds or so, it's just quietened down a little bit. It has, and it's probably very, very close to full capacity at a Easter Road, but it's that first weekend feel, isn't it? As you rightfully said about the 2 o'clock game, St Johnstone versus Kilmarnock, on ball forward there, nearly getting in behind once again. Hibs, you just feel there's the atmosphere, isn't there's an intensity, but there's just nerves in the air as well, that you don't want to make mistakes. What does that tend to lead to? A bit of mistakes, especially in the first game, as you rightfully said, that we did cover. So these are teams that are of higher quality than the teams we just covered, but that doesn't mean there aren't mistakes, and you can't capitalise on them as well. What I always like to see, it's basically a back three against the back four, isn't it? How can the wing backs play for Hibs? Can they get behind the full backs? Will that cause problems? Can the wingers get behind those wing backs? That's always interesting to see. But you spoke about Nathan Lowe. That's the player I'm really interested in watching this afternoon.
Yeah, I'll bring you the lineups in a moment. As we now see Williams in midfield. He turns away from his man, Said, with some lovely touch as well. He needs a better season as a forward. Scored 3 goals in 38 appearances in the Scottish Premiership last season, which isn't good enough return. Of course, the squad's been dismantled a little bit after the second half of the season. They were unbelievable. Their managers, of course, being taken. A few players moving on as well. Elijah Just being one of them, who had a great World Cup with New Zealand. He's moved on to Swansea now. Well, I can bring you the lineups as the ball goes out of play for a Hibs goal kick for the home side. They have Salinger in goal. Back three of O'Hara, Kerr and Abita. Wing backs of Paslak and Mayer, with a midfield duo of Mulligan and Shiwer. And wingers of Boyle and Elding either side of Lowe, who leads the line. And that's good strength from Shiwer. Trickles away from Charles Cook. He's still going himself. Looks for a ball towards the right hand side. Decent ball. Is it going to be kept in play? No, it isn't. Just a little bit overhit towards Paslak in the end, formerly of Dortmund, of course. Whereas for Motherwell, I mean, I did have it down as a 4-4-2. It's not going to be a 4-4-2. I think that's quite clear so far. So I'll say what I've seen rather than what I have down. It is Paulson in goal. Back four of Sparrow, Girdwood, Reich, Morman and Williams, with a midfield three of Priestman, Fidinga and Charles Cook, with Vogt on one wing, Longello on the left wing, and then Said leading the line. But Said's been dropping a little bit of everywhere. It's almost like him and Charles Cook are just rotating between each other. Longello's just been brought down, but nothing given. Longello usually a left back, so that's where we had him, but he's definitely stood at left wing so far in this one. 6 minutes on the clock, still awaiting our first chance.
Yeah, and it's as we say, you can see both teams trying to settle, aren't they, into the game so far. And as you said as well, maybe just Motherwell, it's not what we had written down. Is it a bit different? Maybe they're adapting to what they're looking to play. I'm not too sure, but yeah, just you say 6 minutes in, box to box, we've seen a little bit of intensity, but nothing of too much to note. Of course, as I say, it's the first weekend of the season, and you said this in the other game. Maybe we will get. I don't know where it will go. Will it be that these players are more sharper because they have played some football, competitive football, as ready with the two-legged affairs, or will that almost go against both the teams because they've got more minutes in the legs? Which way will it go? That'll be interesting to see, as Hibs are pressing high on Motherwell there. Whereas if you've got less minutes in the legs, maybe a bit more frantic, a bit less sharper, but less fatigue you'll feel. Or will they feel fatigue in the legs? That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, well, both sides, of course, were in action on Thursday, which wasn't too long ago. So we'll see how that fares in terms of the fitness levels. But Longello's done pretty well to win a corner on the left-hand side. First set piece of the game for the visitors. Well, Motherwell, they're unbeaten head-to-head against Hibernian in 4 games. So it's a fixture they've enjoyed pretty well over the last year or so, as we see Fidinga with the ball in hand, ready to whip this one in. The Austrian, like I said, scored an unbelievable goal in the first leg of the Conference League qualifiers a couple of weeks ago. Ball whipped in from Fidinga. It's not been well dealt with. Vogt just keeps it in. Maybe could have let that go for a corner, but he didn't, and it's going to be cleared away, and this time it's going to ricochet out for a goal kick with the help and aid of the corner flag, but neither side attacking wise yet to get going.
No, they're not so far. I was maybe hoping from that corner they could just swing one in nice and early. I know short corners are a bit of a trend at the moment, as we see with a lot of things in football. Trends will go and trends will come and go, as we always see, but I just think that first corner, just get it in the box, get it in the get it into the 6-yard box, put the defence under a little bit of pressure. Wasn't a terrible ball from Fidinga, as you say, realistically, but it was quite flat, wasn't it? That's poor play from at the back. Here come Hibs.
And here's Nathan Lowe driving into the penalty, goes for goal, right on the edge. They're claiming for a corner, whereas he just dragged at it, and he knows it. He's not claiming for a corner, is Nathan Lowe. Well, he scored, of course, at Easter Road midweek on Thursday to help that comeback against Mali Shaver on loan from Stoke City. But like I said, very highly rated youngster, isn't he? Has had some unbelievable loan spells in the EFL. The one that caught the eye of everyone was when he was at, I believe it may have been Walsall, where he got recalled in January, but scored 18 goals, which is quite something. And Walsall went on to maybe throw away one of the easiest promotions you would ever see, probably one of the bigger bottle jobs you'll ever see, wasn't it? And I think Nathan Lowe being recalled was certainly a big reason for that.
It was, and you look as well, ever since, just looking at some of his loan spells, he went on loan to Wickham, Stockport. I'm not saying they haven't been good, but Wickham 12 games, 4 goals, that's not terrible return. I'm not going to sit here and say it's terrible. Stockport 26 games, 7 goals, again not terrible. But you feel, as you have said, so 30 games at Walsall, 18 goals. You just say, I know Stoke called him back, but you sit there and go, he could have had a player of the season contender in League 2, couldn't he? And that could have done his confidence a world of good. So I think I understand why Stoke brought him back. He's had a few loans go back themselves, didn't they? But I definitely would have kept him there. But now it's an opportunity to come to Hibs, maybe get some European football as well, play some top flight football and score some goals in the highest division of Scottish football.
Yes, we now see Shiwa in possession. 10 minutes on the clock without anything really happening so far. Ball back down the left hand side for Abita. Looks to swing it in dangerous area, headed away only as far as Paslak on the edge of the box. He goes for goal, takes a deflection and goes behind for a corner kick. Well, first real chance for Felix Paslak, the attacking right wing back, but it was well blocked out for a corner.
It was, and if anything, for Paslak, I think what he's just trying to do is just take a touch. Can I get a strike? Where you see so many of those orange jerseys that you're just thinking, I'm probably not going to get a strike on goal, but can I maybe force that deflection to win a corner, or could that deflection end up in the back of the net because it's a wicked deflection? Who knows? Opportunity now though for Mayer to swing one into the box. Motherwell have had already a corner, they took it short. I think this will be Mayer with that in swinging that left boot going for into the 6-yard box and causing some early problems.
Yeah, early problems to come now as we see the corner whipped in, well headed up by Mormon, but not well dealt with as of yet. Still in the penalty area. Boyle picks it up on the edge of the box. He's at the back post. He's still going. Good challenge in from Williams. Then it's going to be Saeed to come away with it. Lovely turn, and he absolutely just drops his man to the floor. He plays a nice one too with Charles Cook, and this is a lovely counter-attack from Motherwell. Saeed picks the pass for Ferdinga. He's driving forwards, picks it to the left-hand side for Vogt, the number 77. Down the line for Sparrow into the penalty area. He looks to play it across the face goal, takes a deflection and out for a corner. Well, what a devastating counter-attack that was, and brilliant from Saeed.
That was fantastic, just from back to front. It was the good tackle at the back, then a good counter-attack, as you rightfully say. They've won another corner. Ferdinga with an opportunity. Will he swing this one in? We'll have to wait and see. But that just shows that how open this game hasn't been, but has the option and has the ability to be, doesn't it? Because back to front they were great, but they picked out the right passes. The touches were all spot on. And now in comes this corner.
You see this corner ready to be whipped in. Ferdinga, the man over this one, puts it into a dangerous area. It skims off the head of a Hibs player, goes all the way towards their corner flag. Nathan Lowe battling with Sparrow, good strength, and he puts it through the legs of his man, and his shirt's practically been ripped off him. I mean, if that was later on in the game, Sparrow would have been yellow carded. He's going to get away with it just about. But lovely strength and skill from Nathan Lowe.
Yeah, I think Steve McLean is exactly what he's saying to him. Like, you know what? That it's early on that. Yeah, I'll let you off with that one. Or even if maybe that was a little bit further up the pitch, because you could have said it is a counter-attack stopping move. That, yeah, if that's on the halfway line, that's a yellow card as well, isn't it? No matter what minute it is. But again, Sparrow knew exactly what he was doing. He almost, when the referee came over to him for a second, he almost had that rare smile on his face and going, you know what, we both know what I was trying to do there. But that was great from that. But what that's always great to see. He's a young attacker, happy to do that dirty work of getting back and helping his teammates. Here come Hibs.
Yes, we now see Boyle on the left-hand side. He picks a nice pass for a teammate. We see it's still going on the attack. It's Mayer, hangs it up towards the back post, towards Paslak. He brings it down, finds a pass into the middle. Nathan Lowe gets in on the end of the cross from Mulligan, but it's going to be well hammered away, only as far as the number 6, Kurt, who keeps it alive. He finds Shiwa. He's got options to the right, uses them. O'Hara finds Mulligan, who picks it up. Sharp turn from the number 7, LD. He's going to go all the way to the left-hand side for a beater. Now it's going to be with Mayer. Looks for a flick on it. It's not a great ball, but they get fortunate. It falls to Boyle in the penalty area. Still going himself. Well recovered from Priestman, because it was his mistake that allowed him to get through. He didn't give up on it. Vogter's won it back as well. He looks towards Charles Cook. Not a great pass. A lot of mistakes in possession so far. And Saeed's picked it back up, though. He's driving forwards with about 4 green shirts chasing him. No one can stop him. And in the end, he goes down. He can't believe he's not got the free kick. The referee waves play on, and it's just very frantic at the moment.
It is, and you know what? As you said, no one can stop him. It was himself that stopped him, wasn't it? Because he got the ball caught underneath his feet. I can see why he's asking for the foul, but I just think that, as I say, the ball was caught under his feet. He did have 3 or 4 defenders, as you say, battling with him, so he just lost his balance a little bit. But you're right, frantic mistakes are being made by both sides. You would say maybe Motherwell in more dangerous areas have given away. I thought it was great defending from Priestman, as you say, to get back and defend well. It was his mistake that the ball was given away to Boyle, but the Hibs skipper just couldn't, if anything, take advantage of the mistake that was made, and the mistake that he was nearly handed on a plate a chance. But well defended. Yeah, I almost felt you were always cutting inside, and that makes it easier to tackle. If you go down the left, Priestman can't get the ball off you without taking you out. But it's been a great 15 minutes opening so far. Maybe just waiting for that first chance, but Hibs might get it now.
Yeah, ball onto the left-hand side for Mayer. He looks for a deep lofted ball into the area. It ended up going to the edge. Well headed away by Ferdinga, only as far as Mulligan, who finds Shiwer. Back to the right for Paslak, who's got an overlapping run from O'Hara. He ignores it, goes central again for Shiwer. Shiwer then to the left-hand side for Kerr. Shiwer again, the number 14 in midfield. Shiwer's seen a lot of the ball so far. It's opening 15 minutes. Poor touch from Nathan Lowe, but what a challenge from the striker to win it back. Sliding challenge, it falls to Boyle on the edge of the box. He goes for goal. Bit of a desperate attempt, that one, wasn't it? But it's well blocked, but the attack is still alive. It's Mayer on the left-hand side again. Lays it off for a beater. He hangs it into the area. Decent ball in, well headed away by Morman, who's wanting his defence to step up, but they've dropped back into the area straight away. This is a good spell for Hibs, who've started the better of the two, in my opinion. Ball back towards Kerr. Now he finds a beater under pressure from Vogt. Great ball from a beater into Boyle, who's picking up some really good spaces so far. Boyle's fouled his man just about, but the Hibernian captain, the Australian, is picking up really dangerous areas so far that if it keeps happening like this, he'll just get chances.
Oh, 100%. But as you say, what a ball it is from the centre-back there. It's a good piece of play from Priestman to get his body. He knows what he's doing, isn't he, to win that free kick. So it's clever play. But once again, you would probably say it was also bad marking and bad defending. So yes, he's getting back, but you are right. There's going to be one time where, whether it's Priestman, Ferdinga, Mormon, Sparrow, don't matter who it is, they won't be able to get back, will there? And a shot will come from it, or chance will be created from it. And that's a problem. But that just shows that how many times we see formations here, there, everywhere, don't we? 3 at the back, 4 at the back. How do you play football? That's Obita, basically, the centre-back and the attacking midfielder behind the striker. They're in the same line, aren't they? So that's him going, right, I'm just going to put it straight to you. It's an easy pass, but you have to play it with the power and precision. So that's a good ball. And at the moment, Motherwell are struggling, but I just don't think they've taken advantage of what they've been given so far.
Yeah, really haven't been able to create any proper opportunities so far. A couple attempts, but I wouldn't even describe them as half chances at the moment. There's the Paslak one that's been that was well blocked. There's the Boyle chance from the edge of the box, another one as well that doesn't necessarily spring to mind, which shows it can't be that good of an opportunity. As we now see Ferdinga in possession. Got to get the number 8 involved, do Motherwell. It's so important to their midfield. He's now just dropping in between the centre halves just to add a little bit of possession to Motherwell's game. 17.5 minutes on the clock. Hibs 0, Motherwell 0. Good touch from Vogt, who absolutely blitzes a beater into the penalty area. Looks for a check back, almost brought down. Vogt still going, lays it off towards Saeed. He finds Charles Cook, who goes for goal. Well blocked by Kurt. The attack still alive. It falls to Williams. He's got Longello for company. Uses the number 45, formerly of Birmingham, of course, as we now see Ferdinga looks for a scoop ball into the penalty area. There's no tall focal point presence for Motherwell. I made that point in the 2-0 victory they got against Torshavn in that first leg, that at times it was Saeed leading the line on his own, and sometimes he'd struggle or feel like he has to do a little bit extra than maybe what's needed, because there is no real tall focal point. So the crosses aren't really going to be the way forward for Motherwell today.
No, they're not. What you've got to do, though, if that's how you're going to play, it's a little bit off-putting, isn't it? Well, what's the point? If you're going to put crosses in, you want a big physical striker, don't you? Or at least, or hit the crosses low, for example. If you don't put them in the air. But for example, Nathan Lowe can do a bit of both, can't he? So you don't matter. He's a focal point without being a focal point. But if you're going to swing crosses into the box like Motherwell are trying to do, and as you rightfully say, that's not playing to the best of Motherwell's striking, attacking options and abilities, then that's where you go a little bit wrong with it, don't you? So it's as if you're looking at Motherwell, well, we want to play this way and put crosses into the box, but then you don't have the players to do that. So it's a little bit, okay, this is good, but it's a little bit offsetting with how you want to play. So I agree with that, but they are playing some good stuff. That's a good pass, not well read though. Well read at the back, that's played by O'Hara. Now here come Hibs.
Yeah, great ball in behind, looking towards Nathan Lowe, who's going to get there as well, using his tall frame to get across his man. Looked for the cutback towards Mayer, didn't get it. That's going to be a free kick the way of Motherwell, but they're looking towards Nathan Lowe every time. He seems to have a bit of everything, doesn't he? The number 9, he seems to have a bit of pace about him, a bit of trickery. He's tall, he seems physical. You can see why they wanted that long ball in behind, because he did get there. He just let himself down with a pass.
Yeah, 20 years old and already 6'4", so he could go 6'6" or taller, couldn't he? He might have had his growth, but he's still growing, isn't he, as a young player? But again, as you said, leading the line, he could be 6'1" and he's still leading the line, isn't he? It's not that he's 6'4", but it's like that when he gives away the ball, you're seeing a lot of younger players, don't you? A head will drop and they're not happy about it and they're frustrated with themselves. He almost doesn't let his head drop. You can tell he's disappointed, but he tries and goes to win the ball back. That was more, to be quite fair, Mayer fouled him, didn't he? It wasn't Lowe. Maybe Lowe put him under pressure. But I like how he's doing the dirty work and getting involved. And as a striker, he's running the channels. He's not just sat there like, well, I want to sit here and I want to score goals. He's running the channels and happy to do that for his teammates. So he started really lively. I know he had that chance that he dragged wide, but you just feel that if he gets a real good one-on-one opportunity, he might put Hibs 1-0 up.
Yeah, certainly could. As we now see Kurt in possession, goes to the left-hand side for Beta. Down the line now, plays a lovely 1-2, and Beta breezes past his man. He's going to look for a ball into the penalty area towards the back post, looking for Paslak. Good defending from Longello. Comes off the head of Paslak and out behind for a goal kick. 21 minutes on the clock. Hibernian 0, Motherwell 0. But they're looking for that ball in every single time, aren't they? Because of that aerial presence of Lowe. But Abita, formerly of Reading, causing some problems down the left-hand side. He's the left centre half, but he's overlapping, underlapping as well, making those inverted runs, just to add a different, almost focal point, which when you play a 3 at the back, you have to be unpredictable like that, or it's quite easy to bypass the formation. So you've got to have some almost system tweaks to make it work. As we now see Moment forward ball into Longello. He's been caught out, and it's really good press from Hibernian. And we now see Boyle go towards the left-hand side. He picks it back up off Mayer. Sharp turn from Mulligan, who then finds O'Hara. Paslak back to the number 8 Mulligan again, who switches it across. It's not a great ball, it's a really poor one that Vogt gets on the end of it, and he just touches it round Chaiwe. And here come Motherwell on the counter. Vogt with a couple step overs up against Chaiwe. He finds Saeed, who's coming forwards himself, looks for a ball in behind towards Charles Cook, who may have been offside anyway, but it's just about intercepted, and that could have been a dangerous one.
He could have, and it all came from that poor pass, as you said, from Mulligan. Really poor from the midfielder, who was excellent last year, the 23-year-old, winning the young player of the season for him. But that was just almost in the middle. My concentrations dropped for just that second, and he played a poor pass. But you're right about this formation. We cover a lot of football, covered when Ruben Amorim was in charge of Manchester United. He worked a treat at Sporting Lisbon, didn't it? You go to a team that doesn't have the players for it, and it's not going to work. It's a specialised formation, but here they come.
Yeah, ball whipped into the area. Poor delivery in the end from Elding. It was a turn one across the goal that barely beat the first man, and we now see Motherwell on the counter. It's going to be with Charles Cook. Turns away from his man, plays it all the way back for Longello, who finds Ferdinga just at walking pace. And while the game's gone slow, we are just ahead of the halfway point of this first half. 23 minutes on the clock. Hibernian 0, Motherwell 0. Not really living up to the 2 o'clock kickoff just as of yet, but fingers crossed it livens up a little bit. It will be Lewis to take you through to half time.
Cheers, Kieran. Yeah, you're right. We had 1 goal. Foul was scored in the 16th minute, so yeah, at the moment we've still got a long way to go in the game, of course, as Kieran does say, but we're hoping that it does live up to the magic that was to the 2 o'clock game between St Johnstone and Kilmarnock. On the ball line, Motherwell, with Sparrow on the right hand side. Again, as Kieran said, it's not what we had written down in terms of, it looks quite 4-4-2-esque from Motherwell. I don't know if that's a change of system last minute, I'm not too sure. With reach on the ball, to Sparrow, plays it long down the line, looking for the run of Charles Cook. He tries to almost go left and right of a body feint, but it's won well at the back by Obita. Into the middle to Mulligan. Paslak. And Hibs have started, the better you would say, having a quick look at the stats and possession, so on and so on. It's about 55% actually in favour of Motherwell is the possession. 4 shots, 3 for Hibs, 1 for Motherwell, but none on target so far. Ball fizzed into the feet of Lowe, out to the left-hand side to Mayer, cuts inside on his weak right peg, puts the ball into the box. We've said right foot. Goes out of play for a goal kick for Motherwell, and that's where we speak about these wing backs. You've got to be a specialist in the position. They're so important, but they don't come around. They're not easy to come around. You can play a winger at full back. You can play a centre back at full back, at wing back. You have to do everything yourself on both the flanks. So it demands a lot. Does the position? Motherwell, we've said goal kick. Do roll it out to Sparrow. Ball will go all the way from right to left. It's a lovely ball picked up by Williams on that left-hand side. Back to the feet of Mormon. Slows it right down, as you said, Kieran, pass it over to me. It has just slowed down at both teams. Again, it's just that moment, isn't it, that you don't want to give anything. At a certain stage of the game, I think you don't want to give something easily away at the start, at the end, and in the middle of both halves. Look at the touches. Well, Feringa with 32 and Goodwood Reek with 33. So you're seeing that it's a centre-back in the Motherwell midfielder who are getting the most touches, but at the moment nothing in terms of chances coming for it. Say the best piece of play chance for Motherwell came from that clinical counter-attack from the Hibs corner. Williams on the left-hand side, very wide, almost getting chalk on his boots, cuts back, and is this almost Motherwell now just having a bit of the ball? And I wouldn't say that the hosts, Hibs, were in fine form and playing some fantastic stuff, but maybe just trying to silence Easter Road and take a bit of sting out of the hosts.
Yeah, that's always an aim when you're an away side, no matter what stage of the season it's in. It's definitely not a sellout crowd, is it, at Easter Road? You see plenty of empty green seats, but yeah, they've definitely been the better side so far, have Hibs. Motherwell, as an away side, you've got to look dangerous on the counter, don't you? They have looked dangerous at times. It feels like Saeed has led that danger when he's got involved, but he's almost a lone striker at the moment with no real height or physical ability to him, so it becomes so hard to get involved, and they need to get him involved as much as possible. Vogt on the right hand side, he looks dangerous as well, but just haven't seen enough of him. It seems like both sides at the moment, when they have possession, happy to just take 60 seconds, maybe to 90, just knocking the ball around, trying to feel each other out.
Well, that's exactly what's happening so far. Mulligan, who's inside his own half, swings it to the right hand side to Paslak. Back it goes centrally, and I will say at the moment, although it's definitely a free at the back, Peter on the left hand side of that back free is given a lot of licence to drive into the middle, pick up pockets of space in the middle, and that's where Motherwell are trying to take advantage. Ball lost in the middle, won by Motherwell. Nice ball into the feet of Said, but nearly loses it, but holds it up well. Good strong play from the forward. Into the left hand side, Williams looking for options. Longello into Williams. This is nice. Back to Longello. Shouts of offside, but pulls a good ball back into the box. It's cleared away by Hibs. What matter though, as the flag does go up, so it will be an offside against Motherwell. Free kick for Hibs, close to their own corner flag on the near side. In this first half, left to right, Hibs, as Kieran's already mentioned, in the white and the green usual attire for the host, whereas it's the visitors right to left. In the first half, there'll be a free kick, as I say, for Hibs, just outside their own penalty area to the right hand side. 28 minutes into this game, still goalless, still waiting for that first real big chance of the game, of course, as well. This is the last game of this afternoon's Sunday slate, but of course, do remember that tomorrow we do have action in the Scottish Premiership still for you, as well as EFL Cup action, the qualifier as well. Celtic will face Dundee FC tomorrow evening, and there's also a game involving York City tomorrow evening. Beyond that one, so covered as we go into what will be a little bit weird next Saturday. Of course, it's a full, basically, weekend of EFL Cup. Used to that being midweek. Instead, the week before the EFL gets back underway, the EFL Cup will take centre stage. Motherwell, nice ball from left to right for Williams. Sparrow. Again, there is no real intensity or tempo to the game. Don't know if that's, again, first week nerves, fitness, fatigue. I'm not too sure. Priestman out to the right, gets it back. And Motherwell really controlling the game in the last maybe 5 minutes or so. Into the middle for Inga. Back to Mormon and back to the goalkeeper. And will this be a little bit frustrating for Hibernian that he can't get on the ball? The Motherwell are happy to knock around, keep it slow. It just takes a bit of the momentum and the wind out of the Hibs sails.
Yeah, that's what they've done. Unfortunately for you, Lewis, ever since it passed over, somehow it's got worse. Somehow it's got slow, which I'm not sure at the time I thought it could have done. But yeah, no side really done anything for the last 6 minutes or so. They're just knocking it around, giving possession away, knocking it around again, balling behind though, and here come Hibs.
This might be an opportunity. Nice ball into Boyle. Tries to cut it back into middle for Lowe. Blocked away on his far as back to the skipper. So there's a chance to pull into the box. Dinks one into the back post. There's no one there to tap it into the back of what felt like an empty net. So we'll keep this attack alive. Will Hibs take my excitement out of my voice there, because as Hugh Rapp said, Kieran, it has been a bit of a low game for the last 5 minutes or so. I believe the offside flag has gone up. Just watching it back. Boyle very close, but I think he has just gone.
Yeah, he was offside.
A little bit too soon.
Yeah, he was offside, sorry Lewis, quite a bit before maybe the end of that attack. Yes. The linesman just kept his flag down for probably about 20 seconds, 25 seconds of the attack. But yeah, there was a great second ball in from Boyle where you're just wanting someone from the left, whether that be Mayer or Nathan Lowe, almost leaning towards the back post. Would have been a great opportunity because it was a lovely dinked ball in, wasn't it? There's a risky ball there from Mormon that somehow just about found Priestman and Motherwell on the attack.
Yeah, I think when Hibs do come forward, look a little bit more dangerous, but neither side have really showed a lot of quality in the final third. That's a good tackle in the middle now. Hibs that's a late tackle on Boyle. Nothing malicious, but as he's pulling his right boot back to go to play a pass, he is clipped right on his Achilles there. So that's a painful one for the Hibs skipper. So free kick just inside their own half. They did want to take it quickly for a moment there, did the host, but David Gray's side will slow it down and will keep possession. 31.5 minutes into this contest. Goalless at Easter Road. Hibernian 0 and Motherwell 0. Into Chaiwa. Gets his head up looking for options. He's almost asking, where's my right wing back? Where's my left wing back? What are my options? We'll make its way to Paslak and back into the feet of Chaiwa. We'll say they are very pushed high into the Motherwell half. The middle with Kurt. Mulligan, first time pass to Chaiwa. This is a little bit better now for the host down the left hand side. Mayer, opportunity, fizzes one into the box. Goalkeeper comes and claims. Paulson, well held there. Confident goalkeeper to come out, jump up, hold it. Fantastic play from the Motherwell number one. Bowls it out into the feet of Williams. He goes back to his defensive central defender Mormon. So far stats in this match: 3 for Hibs, 1 for Motherwell. About 56 to 44% possession for the visitors. Goalkeeper Paulson still on the ball, and he will now punt it wide to the left hand side. Angelo not getting there to keep that one in play, and I do believe the offside flag did go up regardless, so even if he did keep it in play, it wouldn't have mattered for too long. 33 minutes into the game, so we're at the back end of the first half. We'll say this seems a game so far. I know we're very early, so I don't want to say things can change, and I don't know if it's my thinking process because we've just come off of a game that saw a lot of subs make impacts. Is this a game that at the moment he's suffering because both teams have played 2 qualifiers. As you said, they've got qualifiers coming up Thursday, then the second round of the Scottish Premiership next weekend, as I'll bring Kieran in just a moment. Ball over the top, back into the middle, just a little bit too much on it, but there was no one in there. Even if it would have fallen a bit more kinder. Mayer battling away with Sparrow to come over the ball. Does well to get away from the Motherwell skipper. He's still going into the penalty area. Ball back in. Blocked well away by Sparrow there. That's a good battle down that left-hand side. And it will force a corner. But Hibs, when they do quicken up, do look very good. But there's these 2 sides with not an eye on Thursday looking past your opponent, but also that look of, we've already played 2 qualifiers, we've got Thursday coming up, we've also got the next weekend, we've got a lot of games ahead of us that we've got to just prepare for. We can't go 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, and they're both pretty evenly matched in quality as well. One of them finished 5th last season, one of them finished 6th. So that kind of just explains the almost, there's not much difference between these 2 sides. The corner's been whipped in, well taken by Paulson, the goalkeeper. Came through all the bodies and he's rolled it out for Charles Cook on the attack.
Really strong and alert goalkeeping there. Charles Cook, he does well to drive forward. He forwarded one a free kick. I thought that was a good tackle and backtracking there by Mulligan. So Hibernian will get on the ball. They're the ones starting to control the game a little bit more, starting to get a little bit more possession. Mayer on the left hand side. Again, himself and Sparrow, when they have got 1-on-1 against each other, where it's Mayer defending or Sparrow defending, they've had a good battle so far down the Hibs left hand side. It's into the feet of Ahora. Mulligan back to Kurt. Shiwa just about 10-15 yards into the Motherwell half. He's forced to go back to Kurt. Shiwa just on that 1-2 to get away from the high press coming in from Sade there. And they've got quite a high line of Motherwell, to say they're sitting off their opponent. Elding back to Kurt, and it will be the centre backs who have had the most touches in this first half, you'd probably have to say. Ball forward, bit of directness there, but it's intercepted, cut out, falls over Elding, who sprays a lovely ball out to the left hand side to Mayer. Can he pick out a pass? Can he pick out a cross? Takes it down the byline, ball comes in, deflected away and out for a throw-in. So an opportunity from Hibs. Just 10 minutes left of the first half. Can't see too much added time. We haven't had too many stoppages. So it's been quite a slow-paced game, but we haven't had stoppages or injuries or anything like that. Fingers crossed. Mulligan to Chiwa. Works his way all the way from left to right. He might do exactly the same. Might go all the way from right to left. Mulligan picked out a nice bit of space. Might go for the strike. He does. He drags it wide. Elding, he just clips off with his left Achilles almost. That was unfortunate. If that's a little bit further in front of him, he could have maybe reached onto it and put it in the back of the net. I don't mind that though from the midfielder. Yes, he drags it wide, but he's going for the shot. You can see what he's trying to do. I do feel that he was front three of Elding, Lowe and Boyle, the skipper. Do you think if they aren't given more chances in the second half, frustration could build up?
Yeah, they definitely could. I think they've got more than enough quality. But yeah, the frustration is definitely going to be there, the fact that they're not getting the ball enough. Boyle's definitely seeing the most of it, and he's got a lot of quality, the Aussie left winger, but he's playing off the left today. We just see that strike from Mulligan. It was trickling wide, wasn't it? And then took that touch off Elding, and it's one of those where it just dribbles across the floor. A touch off anyone could go anywhere. We've seen it so many times. It deflects off whether a defender or your own player's boot, and wrong foot's the goalkeeper and goes in. But this time it directed it further away from goal, but it was going wide anyway.
Long ball forward, looking for the runner ball. Too much on it, and well defended by Girdwood Reek. To the feet of Paulson, who plays it quickly into Priestman. Well, maybe looking to 37 minutes on the clock. Currently goalless at Easter Road, and overall maybe just looking for, could we take momentum into the second 45. Feringa on the ball, just inside the Hibs half. Back he goes to the centre back, and well, we speak about atmospheres and fan supporting. This might be an awkward one so far for the Hibs fan. Fox, that's a lovely turn. He's still going. He wants to cut inside on his left boot. Still has it down the byline to the right hand side. Fakes it. Still keeps it alive. Sade looking for a ball to the edge of the area. Finds his man, forced to go back. He's Good defending from him, so that's a nice few touches. Priestman into the penalty area goes, and he is taken down there by Kerr. Lovely move put together by Motherwell. The first real crisp 1-2 touch passing, high tempo play. Lovely build up there. Motherwell rightfully get the penalty. Kerr knew exactly that he was late. Priestman that fizzing the ball into Sade. Lovely 1-2, lovely first touch, and it's just one of them that Kerr's never going to get there. If Kerr gets there, it is a brilliant tackle, but because he doesn't, he takes Priestman out. Currently goalless 38.5 minutes in, but a Motherwell penalty.
Has to slide if he wants to win the ball. I actually believe it's the number 8 Mulligan who's just absolutely clattered him in the end. The cameras linger on him, and it's going to be a penalty. We've not deserved one goal, have we, in this game? But what an opportunity this is. I think Fadinger's got the ball in hand. Well, his incredible scoring run of form of 3 competitive games in a row that he scored, of course, one being a 1-0 victory at this stadium. He's looking to make it 4 in a row as he puts down the ball on the spot. Big moment coming up.
It's a massive moment. You're spot on with that one, Kieran, and you are right as well. If Kerr wants to win, he's got to slide, but then as you rightfully say, maybe Mulligan's taking him out. Even if he slides in, maybe Mulligan does still take him out. So a big moment. Zlinga, the shot stopper for Hibs against Lucas Fadinger. The Motherwell number 8. Can he put the visitors 1-0 up at Easter Road? He steps up and he coolly dispatches it into the bottom corner. Fantastic penalty. Credit to the goalkeeper. It goes the right way, but it is a top tier penalty from the Motherwell midfield as he puts his side 1-0 up on the stroke of the 40th minute mark. It's been a tense game so far at Easter Road. It's a great penalty though from the midfielder. Hibs 0, Motherwell 1.
Just passes it into the corner. It's not fully in the corner, is it? I think if the goalkeeper really guesses right instantly, it took a little bit of time to dive, didn't he? He probably would have saved it, but Fadinger's at it again. It's 4 competitive goals in 4 competitive games in a row. And like I said, it was a 1-0 victory Motherwell had on the final game of last season at Easter Road. And it's happening again, 1-0. And it's Fadinger with the goal. The Austrian dispatches against the Austrian goalkeeper.
It was 2 national players against each other, but it was coolly slotted away. I think you are spot on watching the replay as well. If, for example, the Hibs goalie committed that I am going to go there, he probably does, but he does the old jumping on the spot. I'm going left, am I going right? Yeah. Just playing a bit of mind games. Fadinger knew where he was going and almost said, right, I'm picking my spot. And it's one of them, isn't it? It's like even if it's a poor penalty, but if the goalkeeper goes the wrong way, it always looks like a cool penalty. It was a cool finish, it has to be said. And although I wouldn't say Hibs have been on top, Motherwell have had more possession, as we've already mentioned. But maybe Hibs could have taken advantage of what they've got when conceding first. In the Premiership last season, 14 games, 0 wins, 4 draws, 10 defeats for him. So that's not good reading for David Gray and co. And as you rightfully pointed out, of course, it was 1-0 for Motherwell at Easter Road last year. So at the moment, we're getting a repeat so far. Motherwell, we'll have to see, can they take a 1-0 lead into the break? Just over 3 minutes left of the first 45 minutes, then stoppage time, which I can't see being too much. I know we had that stoppage for the penalty a moment ago, but bar that, there hasn't been many stoppages. Motherwell playing dangerously out from the back there. It's well won by Mulligan and Lowe as a double. Mulligan keeps a hold of the ball, loses it though, then Paslak trying to get a touch there to keep the attack alive. It is touched out of play by a Motherwell player for a throw-in, and this is going to be a long one. Apologies, it's going to be a free kick, says the referee Steve McLean. So an opportunity now, and I believe it's both wing-backs that are over it. Very wide on the right-hand side. The right boot of Paslak and the left boot of Mayer. Mayer's been on, I believe, all set pieces so far, and it will be the left wing-back number 3. Poor delivery under hit, and it doesn't even beat the first man. Ball is allowed to bounce in the middle by Mulligan. It's quite awkward for Hibs to deal with and keep possession for the hosts. Still bobbling around, no one's really been able to get the ball out of the air. Nodded forward, Boyle into Low, great defending there from Martin Mormon, because if he doesn't get that header, that's looping over him. Low, he reads the flight of the ball so well. He's had a one-on-one there, Chaiwa. Well, he goes down under his own power there because Charles Cook, that's great play to pressurise him. Chaiwa was looking for that soft free kick. Forward come Motherwell. Can they get a second before half-time? Strike comes in, blocked away, but it falls for Charles Cook, who goes for goal. His left-footed effort is wide of the mark. But once again, you would say, of course, the penalty, it was a mistake from Mulligan and Kerr and Co. I would say definitely the foul will be against Mulligan. That was nearly mistaken by Chaiwa, who went down way too easy looking for the free kick and then never got back up. So you would say so far it's been Hibs who have made mistakes as to why they are losing.
Yeah, it certainly has. I think they've had the foundations to go and be winning this game. They've just not shown the quality in the final third to do so. It's almost like Motherwell have got that goal and gained confidence from getting the goal, that they have just taken the game to Hibs even more. They've not just stopped and wanted to get into half-time with the lead. They've kept going, and they're a good side. They were a great side last season. But credit to them, there's been a lot of signings this summer, a change of manager as well. So a lot of adapting to do, but hey, away from home, they've not been anything special, but 1-0 up in a very big game already will mean a lot to the manager, and they've just got to keep it up.
Not 100%. And what you would say is, I know you always want to play good football, but they always say, don't they, at the start and at the end of the season, just win your games, just because you want to start well. As long as you get over the line at the end of the season, it doesn't really matter. And at this point, if you are saying to Motherwell, you're going away to Easter Road, a side that you would say they're quite level pegging, aren't you? Both sides. I think Motherwell would say don't lose the Easter Road game. When they will host it, they will want to win, and Hibs will be very much the same. Win the home game, don't lose the away game. And it's Motherwell, so 3 points in the bag at the moment. 30 seconds left of the first 45. It's been a good performance so far. Nothing spectacular, but it is almost that early season kind of game where both teams still finding their feet. As we've already said, they've got quite a good amount of minutes in the legs from Conference League qualifiers. Seeing pictures now of David Gray, the Hibernian boss, on the sideline. A bit frustrated so far. I can imagine exactly why. 45 minutes on the clock. 1-1 at the back there by Hibs. Might even be a foul there. And Said on Kerr. Just a minute of stoppage time. And I said that earlier. There hasn't been too many stoppages in play. There hasn't been any reason for it. And in the game at 2 o'clock, I know myself and Kieran keep alluding to that just because it was a spectacular game. It's one of the best I've seen in quite a while. We also saw a goal inside 2 minutes, and we saw 3 goals inside 10 minutes as well. So it could be that something that you get into half time, both coaches have a word, and they come flying out of the trap and get an equaliser, or Motherwell make it 2-0.
Well, the Hibs will have to sharpen up, won't they? Gray will tell them that at half time, especially in attack. They've just got to take the game to Motherwell a little bit more. I think Motherwell will allow Hibs to have a bit more possession as well in this second half, because they're very confident defensively. The visiting side, they've got some real good defenders, the likes of Mormon and Girdwood Wright, good centre halves, and they've shown that already in this game. They've shown that in the European games, but fingers crossed it'll be better in the second half with more goals.
Yeah, hopefully so, but that will be half time for the first 45 minutes of the new campaign at Easter Road, and a penalty in the 39th minute dispatched coolly by Lucas Ferdinga, and it's the visitors who lead at half time. Half time from Easter Road, Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1.
Half-time at Easter Road. It is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his 4th goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break. 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Dinger, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Dinger, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Dinger, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Dinger, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Dinger, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Dinger, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Dinger, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Dinger, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Dinger, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Dinger, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his fourth goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break, 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his 4th goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break. 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his 4th goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break. 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his 4th goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break. 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his 4th goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break. 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his 4th goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break. 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his 4th goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break. 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his 4th goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break. 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his 4th goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break. 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his 4th goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break. 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening goal. Priestman driving into the penalty area was taken down by Mulligan. He won a penalty. It was left for Ferdinga, and the Austrian slotted it past Salinger to get his 4th goal in 4 competitive matches. The number 8 is on fire going into the break. 1-0 Motherwell. Half-time at Easter Road, it is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1. It's not necessarily been a cracker of an opening 45 minutes, but despite neither side really having too many opportunities, it was Motherwell who found the breakthrough and got that opening. And we will leave that just there because we are underway, or back underway should I say, at Easter Road. It is Hibernian 0, Motherwell 1, coming into the second half in what was, I think fair to say, more so for the fact we just covered a 4-3 before, a dull first half. And yes, we did have a goal, but it was a penalty. And there was probably nothing else to talk about, as you can tell for my looped 30-second ramble on literally just about one moment. It was the penalty, of course. And of course, that was dispatched by Ferdinand, who's made it 4 competitive games in a row that he scored in. One of them being at this stadium on the final game of last season in a 1-0 victory. Now, how strange would that be? If that was to be repeated. Of course, he scored in both legs of the European qualifiers over the last couple of weeks as well. So his great form in front of goal continues as a deep line playmaker as well. He's not really known for the goal scoring aspect of things, but he's got a knack for it now. And it's still myself, Kieran Graham, alongside Lewis Raftery to bring you coverage of this one. And Lewis, well, Hibernian have to sharpen up. Motherwell weren't great in the first half, but they've got the lead, so they won't care as much. If Hibs want to get back into this, they have to look a little bit better. They're on the attack straight away here. Mormon gives away a cheap corner.
He does. Really good play from Paslak there to force the corner, but you are right, Mormon really, really lackadaisical, really, from the defender, who I think as well, if you are Motherwell, you would probably say that they didn't really put a foot wrong in the first half, but they didn't really go for it. So as you say, quite a tame first half from them, but they're 1-0 up, so they won't care. The Hibs are the home side. Hibernian will want to impress in front of their home crowd this afternoon from the corner. Goalkeeper comes to get it, punches it away, but the attack is still alive.
Yeah, and it's a strike from the edge of the box from Elding, and it's well blocked away. And it goes out of play for a throw-in. And it's well blocked by Longello, who, of course, has been playing left wing so far in this one, despite being a natural left back. It seems a little bit deeper in this half. It's almost as if they may have changed formation. It's almost like he stood as a left wing back and Williams is as a left centre half at the moment. I'm not sure if that's just because of the general state of play, what's happening right this second. This is a free kick and there's going to be a yellow card for Mulligan, and it's not been the greatest of days for him. He gave away the penalty. He's been booked there after being caught in possession. Now he absolutely has to sharpen up.
He does, and it's a silly one because I think if he uses his body weight a little bit better than midfielder, he actually just goes past Sade and wins the ball anyway. So that was a little bit poor from him, I have to say. But you are right, gave away the penalty. He really needs to sharpen up. I think you're right at the moment. Again, you might be right that it's where the play is and it's at 4-3-3 into whatever it is. It almost looks it might be to me at least, a midfield three of Ferdinand, Priestman and Charles Cook, and then Vogt and Sade as like a 5-3-2 almost. To almost maybe can't go 3 at the back versus 3 at the back, but we'll have to see how that does play out. But Hibs in front of their fans, they will try and usher them on and motivate them and push them on. But at the same time, and we do say this, look, I know you go to paying as fans and you want to up your team up, but when your team doesn't give you much to celebrate, sometimes it can be hard.
Always makes it difficult, doesn't it? And that's a mistake at the back, and Charles Cook's pounced on it. What a save that is from Salinger in between the sticks. What a chance. And Motherwell won't get many better to double their lead, but the attack is still live for them. Ferdinand, edge of the box, goes for goal, and it's just wide from the number 8, who we know he's got it in his locker with the form he's on. But wow, they are lucky at the back. It was Kerr who got there just ahead of Charles Cook. It was tight to see if he was onside. But Kerr's just watching it and watching it. He actually doesn't take the touch. Charles Cook just gets there in behind him after he's so hesitant to clear the ball. He's then one-on-one, tries to take it round the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper almost dives because he's losing his footing anyway, and just about saves the strike. What a chance for Charles Cook to make it 2-0. Big save, and Hibs on the attack. They've won a corner. And this second half already starting better than the first.
Yeah, we've been treated 4.5 minutes, and this is what we want to see. This is what we expected from both teams, and that's what we spoke about in the first half, though. That similar to the game we had earlier, is this two teams with higher quality? Yes. Does it mean though that mistakes can be made? 100% still, and if anything, the mistakes will be pounced upon a little bit more. But Charles Cook did it then. I thought that was 2-0 all day long, and and then quite easily. But now Hibs have come forward and they've got an in-swinging corner.
Yeah, in-swinging delivery for Paslak, the former Dortmund man, hangs it up towards the back post where there's acres of space for Kerr across the face of goal, takes a deflection and a double deflection and behind for a goal kick, but the space there for Kerr at the back post was uncanny. I mean, I'm not too sure what the defending tactic was there from Motherwell.
No, not a clue either. Well, watching it back as well, when he whipped it in, I thought, that is so overhit, but it dipped quite viciously to a degree. It was right on the head of Kerr. That's that worked in training, isn't it? The movement in the box, pass like you put it to the back sticks, Kerr's going to knock it back in. I don't think it was a great header from Kerr, if I'm being really critical of the centre-back. I thought he could have almost looped it back in. I thought he put it back in, but it was quite awkward for his teammates to do anything from it. I thought he could have done a little bit better, but you can already see there's more intensity and more tempo, more input from Hibs coming forward once again.
Yeah, ball whipped in from Mayers, not a great one, swings all the way out for a goal kick, but a much better start to this half. 51 minutes on the clock. Well, we've seen a huge opportunity for Charles Cook to double their lead, which he's squandered. It was a very good save, though, in the end from Salinger, one that he had to make, and he definitely did. They would have been in a lot of trouble, you feel, if he didn't go and make that save. As we now see them on the attack, it's going to be with Sparrow, goes all the way back for a teammate. I'll see them on the attack again. It's going to be a dinked ball in behind towards Saeed, who can't get that. And he's applying the pressure to try and win it back. It's going to be Mulligan down the line with a good ball for Boyle, who's on the attack in a bit of space, left by Williams. Ball down the right hand side, looking for the overlapping run of the centre half. O'Hara, who's battling with Priestman. Great work from the number 12, who has just quietly gone about his game, hasn't he, today? Won the penalty, worked his socks off. He just seems to be a bit of an engine in midfield.
Yeah, he does, and if anything as well, he's made a few mistakes, but he's then been the one to go and right the wrongs, hasn't he? He's not gone, oh, I've made a mistake, and Fidinger's bailed me out, or Mormon's bailed me out. He made two mistakes, but then he went and got the ball back, so it's almost, sorry lads, I don't made a mistake, but I will go and deal with it. So, yeah, he's, apart from that two mistakes that I do speak about, he also won the penalty as well, but apart from that, if anything, we haven't spoke about him, but in a good way. That's what you want sometimes from a midfielder, don't you? The less you mention him, the better. Lovely turn by Charles Cook. Here come Motherwell.
Yeah, what a turn that is from Charles Cook, who's driving forwards. They've got numbers over. Charles Cook still going, holds on to it for a little bit too long, but he finds the pass into Sparrow in the area. He lays it off for Fidinger, takes a touch, goes for goal himself. This time it's central, almost spilled by Salinger. Well, that would have been a real almost dampener on the save that he made moments ago, but you can see the confidence of Fidinger. It's two long distance strikes in this second half already that have been pretty close. That one should have been the simple save that it turned into, but almost a little bit of a mess. And like we say, he's got it in his locker. He scored an absolute worldie from distance in the game I covered in the first leg at Fir Park against Torsham, but he's absolutely involved in this second half as he was in the first with the penalty goal. As we now see Mayer ball into the penalty area, looking towards Nathan Lowe. Good save from Paulson, gets down quickly, does the New Zealand goalkeeper towards his bottom right, and he tips it behind for a corner.
I mean, it's a decent ball from Mayer, but he's reaching from behind, isn't he? He's almost having to just pull his leg, and it's a lovely strike.
It's a great strike.
And it's a great save as well, as you rightfully say. That's much better from him, and I'm sure that'll give Lowe a little bit of confidence. His first strike that was on target.
Yeah, good opportunity. I say good opportunity. It's worse than a half chance, really. The technique on the shot was brilliant. The corner whipped in, headed away towards the back post. Boyle, the skipper, is going to keep it in. He almost falls over next to the linesman as he just about kept the ball in play. Outside of the boot ball for a beater. Takes a touch, opens up, wondered whether he's going to go for a strike. Looks for the back post instead. A little bit overhit and out of play for a goal kick, but a frantic start to this second half. 54 minutes into it. Well, by this stage, we'd seen 3 goals earlier, so I say frantic. It's nothing like what we saw in the opening game, but in terms of general play, it's a lot better. The intensity's there now.
I'd say box to box, it is kind of very, very similar game, isn't it? If I'm being bluntly honest, the quality and chances, as that's a chances he brought down there. What's the referee saying? Is he pointed to the spot? I believe he has. We spoke about mistakes. That's a big one for Motherwell. And as soon as we were giving Priestman some plaudits, he's the man who gives it away.
Yeah, he's won a penalty and given a penalty away. It's a huge mistake at the back out of nowhere. Well, that's the last time I'll praise him. I think I've done something in the first game similar to that as well and cursed a player on one of the teams, and it's happened. But great from Boyle. He's alert to the danger, gets there ahead of the number 12. There's not a lot in it, but he does just lean into almost the backside of Boyle, takes him down, and it's a penalty and a good opportunity to level things up. A yellow card for Oscar Priestman. We'll wait for this to be taken now. A great opportunity to come up for Hibernian. I believe it may be Boyle to take it, or will it be Nathan Lowe? It's going to be the skipper, Boyle, to put the ball down on the spot. It's the Australian against the New Zealand goalkeeper. And of course, from very close proximity in terms of nationalities, Boyle takes a couple of deep breaths. He's used to this, a very experienced forward. Looks at the goalkeeper for quite some time. The number 10, the referee blows his whistle. Boyle steps up, looks at the goalkeeper again, and he just slots it. It is carbon copy of Ferdinger's penalty. The goalkeeper goes the right way, but it just rolls across the ground. It's not fully in the corner. It is literally the same penalty, weirdly, as Ferdinger's, but he's levelled things up. It's Hibernian 1, Motherwell 1, and it's game on.
It is, just put a green and white shirt instead of an orange one for that penalty. Would say I think it's a little bit more in the corner, and I think the keeper's a little bit closer to it, but apart from that, you are spot on that it is carbon copy. But that's the experience of the Hibs skipper. Of course, he spent that 7 years playing close to 250 games for Hibs in the mid to late 2010s, but he's been at the club now for 4 years, 150 appearances in this stint alone. He's closing down on. He's Mr. Hibernian at this point, isn't he? He's the Aussie forward. But it was, as you said, it was him who was alert to win it, and then it was him to take it. Again, from a point of view of you want your number 9 to get a goal, I thought maybe Lowe could take it, but also Boyd is the experience. When you know the 20-year-old, or you can imagine maybe if he misses it, you know the confidence of crisis you could have. Now Hibs have that goal back. You'd expect them to be the ones who take the momentum on. Motherwell need to not survive, but just the next 5-10 minutes, don't concede a quick fire second.
Yes, you now see Saeed on this left-hand side. He finds it towards his teammate. Ball whipped into the penalty area, into the hands of Sanger. Well, now it is game on, isn't it? We've got that goal at the start of this half. Great ball from the goalkeeper in behind. Paulson's not come for it. Morman gets there just ahead of Nathan Lowe. Has to kick it out for a throw-in. And it almost just like, it seems like the cages have been rattled a bit for Motherwell. Hibs the tails are up now.
Oh, 100%. And it's never really changed anything but being a bit more positive and intense, haven't they? As a strike comes in.
Oh, wow, what a save that is from Paulson. That would have been one of the goals of the season already from Elding. He takes the throw in quickly, plays a 1-2 with Mulligan, cuts inside from such a tight angle, so far out. What an effort that is. And an unbelievable clawing save from Paulson to claw it out of that far top corner, fingertips. That is an unbelievable save and strike.
But we didn't even see Elding once really in that first half. Excuse me, did we? So that's much better from him coming to life and getting chances. Corner comes in, it's poor, but it doesn't even beat the first man, but it's quite a poor header, if you will, from Vogt, and it goes out for another corner. But that's really. But look, he's a young 20-year-old player. He's one of that will give him confidence now, won't it? Second corner taken short.
Yeah, taken short. Ball whipped into the penalty area. Paulson spills it. There's a chance for Elding, who goes for goal. Cleared off the line by Morman. The clearance isn't great after that. Mayer goes for goal just over. Just evades the top corner. Well, Hibernian well and truly have the tails up. They are pushing to turn this game on its head. Not great goalkeeping initially to deal with the corner. It fell to the number 7. Well cleared off the line by Morman. The clearance after that was poor and made a shot just over the bar.
I mean, we deserve this after the 45 minutes we sat for a Kieran, don't we? But that's great. He's got poor goalkeeping. It's a great strike from Elding, but the positioning and just that football IQ, you'd call it, of Morman, just to be right place, right time, kind of expecting of, I don't want my goalkeeper to make a mistake, but if he does, I'm going to be in the right place to help him out there, was really good. Mayer, they're going to make a sub here, Hibernian. I'm sure the number 3 just went up, and that's, if I'm Mayer, I feel a little bit disappointed. I nearly put one in the top corner, and I am coming off. I know that will have been a sub that we're already making, so, but you're probably going to your boss, you went, could you not give me 5 minutes? I nearly put it in the back of the net. Moltenikov is going to come on in place of Mayer, so I'm not sure if that's a change of tactics or just fresh legs.
Yeah, Moltenikov is onto the field of play now. The number 24, the number 3. And he goes straight into that left wing back role, so maybe he's going to add a little bit more pace down that left hand side. He's instantly involved and he's won the ball back. Great play from the substitute. He then cuts inside. He's still going. What an impact as he then looks down the line for a beater, sold him a bit short with the pass, and a good sliding challenge from Ferdinand, who slides across, and he gives away the throwing for Hibs now, as we see the ball with Shiwa. Shiwa turns away as we hit the hour mark of this game. It is 1-1 between these two sides, and Hibernian well on top. Shiwa, great ball in behind for Elding into the penalty area, dinks it towards the back post, maybe a position where he'd usually be if he didn't hook across to make the run. And this is going to go out of play for a throw-in. Throwing taken. It's now Boyle on this right-hand side, still going himself. What a touch, and he's kept it in play just about. It's going to be Mulligan, opens up onto his right, tried to get the better of Longello. I thought he could have just hit it on his left. Longello steps in though, tries to come away with it. Better though from Mulligan, he wins it back. Molotnikov in possession. He gives it away this time to Charles Cook, and it's a real scramble in the middle of the park at the moment. Longello then goes down and wins a free kick, and this is what Motherwell needed, just to kill a little bit of time and settle the game down.
Yeah, to say the experience head that Boyle is, that was a little bit silly from him, because that's exactly what Motherwell wanted. Second half alone, we've had 6 shots for Hibernian, 3 shots for Motherwell, 4 out of the 6 on target, 2 of 3 for Motherwell. That probably puts to shame in 15 minutes the first 45, doesn't it? So, but again, it's the start of the season. If this was a game in October, November, when the season's in full swing, I'd have expected a better 45 minutes. Let's be quite frank, because of the fitness would have been better. It's one of them, isn't it, where you look at that front three for Hibernian. Boyle's the experience, but you've got Elding and Lowe. We know the potential and how great they already are, but they are two 20-year-olds still finding their footing at a club who Lowe's on loan, or Elding settling into new surroundings. So once 2 or 3 months comes around, they could have built up a great connection, couldn't they? So that's interesting to see how that plays out. Mulligan was great last year, being off the Boyle this afternoon for Hibernian. When he gets going, he could have ran this game. So that's intriguing to see. But I think Hibs in this second half, they've been the better side, and at the moment looks even like maybe Obita's gone to left back, left wing back.
Yes, we now see Obita in possession, whips it in towards the area, way too close to Paulson, who clutches it out of the sky, and we now see the ball in the middle with Ferdinand on the ball. He's going to relocate it to the right hand side for Girdwood Reich. We've not said his name too much in this one. The Motherwell centre half. Saeed in possession, clattered by Chaiwa, but stays on his feet. Good strength from Saeed. Not a great ball into Longello, but he gets there, and Longello skips away from his man. Plays it all the way back for Priestman, and Priestman's going to carry it forwards now. Goes to the left-hand side. Saeed back towards the left-hand side of Williams. It's going to be Priestman. Opens it up. He's going to carry it to the right for Sparrow. Number 7, a very attacking-minded right-back. We've not seen a lot of that attacking, though, so far in this one. As we now see Vox skip through challenges. Great run from him. Good challenge in it. Falls towards Charles Cook, though, who capitalises on the loose ball. He's on the right-hand side. He finds Sparrow as they look to get on the front foot. But once again, they can't really cross the ball because there's no real focal point in there to aim for in the air, which makes it frustrating for them. Ferdinand back for Moorman. Into Ferdinand now. On the right-hand side for Sparrow. Motherwell with their best spell since conceding that goal to make it 1-1. 2 penalty goals, and Charles Cook, what a touch that is to get beyond the beater into the penalty area. Ball whipped in across, and Vogt was in there, but it's easily headed away by the left centre half. Kurt, good defending from him, and it goes behind, and it's actually being cleared away for throwing the way of Hibernian. Looks like Maswinisa could be coming on pretty soon. Their main man, really, from last season, was unbelievable. Has missed all the games so far in the build-up to this with injury. He did seem to have he's got a bit of a weird mask on his face, doesn't he, from maybe a jaw injury that he had, or a facial injury that he's got, but he's going to add a new life for them.
100%. I couldn't even describe. It was almost a chin strap, but over his nose as well, wasn't it? So I don't know if it's a nose-related injury as well that's kept him. I'm not sure what injury it is, as you rightfully said. But over the last 2 seasons, well, in his first year, he didn't relate the ground running. But last year, 44 games, 22 goals in all comps, 17 in the league. as you rightfully say, that's goals that he's going to bring, and he'll want to hit the ground running as well. Won't he want to pick up where he left off? And when you get players injured, they're a little bit more hungry, aren't they, even when they're coming back into it? So I can imagine he will be, but that's positive. You like to see it, though. You like to see a manager go into his bench and go, what are my attacking options? What can I bring on to give us that lead back? And it'll be good to see him coming on, getting minutes in the legs, because it's what Motherwell need. They need attacking outlets at the moment.
Yes, we now see Fidinga in possession, finds Saeed. Saeed goes to the right-hand side now for Sparrow. And Sparrow clips it in behind. Header well won by Obita, who then plays it into the midfield. Good scoop ball to the right-hand side. Boyle almost trapped it. And in the end, he almost puts up a thumbs up, should I say, of appreciation from the substitute Molotnikov for the ball, because it wasn't a terrible ball to him. As we see the ball ricochet to the right-hand side now for Girdwood Wright. Goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. 1-1 between these two sides, thanks to two penalties, two of the exact same penalties at the same end of the pitch, one either half. As we see a ball in behind, looking for Longelo, who might have the pace on Paslak, but Paslak gets there just about. Was he fouled? No free kick given, which is a little bit of a surprise. That looked like a clear as day free kick, which the German can't quite believe. And Motherwell do well to win a throw-in right next to the corner flag, and it looks like a couple changes coming up for Motherwell now. And we await for them. Maswanise is going to be one of them. Girdwood Wright, the centre-half, is going to be one of them as well. He's going to make way for Knight Lebel, the Canadian centre-half, and Vogt, the Swiss winger, is going to make way for Maswanise.
Yeah, you can see that. Well, it's, I can imagine defender for defender, realistically, isn't it? And it's an attacking change with Maswanise coming on and coming off of Vogt. I mean, in the second half, just because Hibs have been much better, Vogt, he hasn't just got into the second half, has he? In the first half, he added a lot more. I thought he was a lot more influential. Where I couldn't tell you, was he playing a wing back? Was he playing right wing? I just really don't know. But that's more credit to Hibs, because he was very good and lively in the first half. So now the subs have been made. They're the first big changes, of course. Montanikov coming on. That was just, I don't know if that's fatigue. I don't know what that sub was for, because Mayer, I thought, was playing some good football. Whereas Hibs, that's that first real change in the game, isn't it, that can have an impact. And here come the visitors. Yeah, we now see Longelo on the attack, step overs. Good play from him. He's on the left-hand side, ball across the face of goal. Well cleared away in the end from O'Hara. And then we see a sliced ball forwards, and it's going to go all the way through towards the substitute. It's just come on for Motherwell. Just waiting to see who it was in possession. It was Knight Lebel on the ball. As we now see a free kick given, and it looks like there could be a card being shown to Fidinga there for the challenge on his man. The referee's currently just looking for his card. He struggled to find it. As we see the forward ball again, Fidinga picked it up, or was it him that got fouled in the end? No, it was Nathan Lowe who stuck in. A couple of times he's done that today, hasn't he? Been really busy, the striker. Lucas Fidinga brings him down, gives away the free kick, and it is a yellow card. So free kick ready to be taken now by Obita, who looked to the right hand side to potentially take it quick. He doesn't. He's going to just whip this in as normal towards the back post. He looks for Kurt, who goes up for the header, and it's going to be cleared away by Charles Cook. He hammers it down the right hand side. Obita's going to get that ahead of Maswanise. But with that, 68 minutes on the clock, we've reached the halfway stage of this second half. Things are all square after a penalty from Martin Boyle to level things up after Fidinga's penalty was dispatched in the first half. Going into this almost final quarter, as you could say, it is 1-1 between Hibernian and Motherwell, and will be Lewis take through to full time. Cheers, Kieran. Yeah, it's been a much better second half. I know we've already mentioned that a lot in the second 45 minutes or so, but it has been a much livelier second half between the two sides. Sparrow on the right. I will say that Motherwell have responded very well to going down. That probably 5-minute period after the equaliser was scored by Hibs. Of course, there was the chance for Elding, where he had that great strike outside the area. Then from that corner that he won, it was a great save from Paulson. He had his strike, he beat the goalkeeper, saved off the line by Mormon. After that, though, I know that was two good chances, you'd say, Motherwell have done well to just calm themselves, get back on the ball, and maybe take the sting out of Hibernian's attack, you'd have to say. Long ball forward, deflected away and out for a throw-in. Sparrow to take into Sid. Back to his skipper, Number 7 on his back, but playing it almost right back this afternoon. Mormon to Knight Labelle. Priestman, who, as you rightfully said, Kieran, was having a great game. We were applauding him, and he went and gave away the won the penalty at one end, and then gave away the penalty. Lovely play here by Say. Takes it past a few, fakes it back onto his left, pokes it into the penalty area for Charles Cook. He's still going, but surrounded by green and white jerseys. Tries to poke it back to the edge of the area for a teammate, doesn't work, and now Hibs possibly with a counter-attack. Nice ball into the feet of the goal scorer and skipper Boyle. Going down the right-hand side, great tackle there out of the back by Mormon. I think he's been one of the better players on the pitch, I have to say, for whether he's in orange or white and green. Boyle, good ball into the box. Guess who's there? Mormon. Lovely first touch though from Elding. Keeps the attack alive and plays it short to the left-hand side to Obita. Now into Montanikov. He's got 2 against 1. He could do with some help there. Great defensive play there. And he will win the free kick as well. Will Maswinisa, and he's taken a bit of a knock to the chest as well. So he's already got a facial injury and now taking a bit of a whack there. But again, it's good to see strikers, forward players getting back, helping the defence and being in the right place at the right time. Really good defensive play from the number 18 there for Motherwell. Looking at action areas, 48% in the Motherwell third, 38% in the middle third, and 14% in the Hibernian third. That's in the second half alone, so it shows that Hibs have been the side on the front foot. But of course you would say that apart from the penalty, I know Elding had to strike outside the area, that curling effort. Great save from Paulson. Lowe had that effort, but was another save, great save by Paulson, and his effort cleared off the line by Mormon, as well did Elding. We've got to remember as well that, what was it, 3-4 minutes into the second half, that mistake at the back from Kerr. Charles Cook had that one-on-one. That it was a great save, bad shot, a bit of both realistically, isn't it? That could have been 2-0 to Motherwell. So I know it's ifs and buts and maybes, but if that goes in, probably how it should have from Charles Cook, we've got a different game in the second half.
It's a big moment. It's straight away in the second half, wasn't it, as well? What a chance to make it 2-0. He'll be so frustrated that he missed that opportunity. He might be wishing that he didn't take that extra touch to try and get around the goalkeeper. But yeah, what an opportunity it was to make it 2-0, and they've been almost punished for it.
And you would have to say as well, it was a mistake from Priestman with the penalty as well. So that was, at least for that part of the game, Priestman winning the penalty, as I say, then unfortunately after a mistake at the back, giving away the penalty. And a play for a throw-in on the right-hand side. Looks like Hibs are going to make a substitution in just a moment. Might even make it now. Looks like it will be the skipper Boyle who will be coming off. The skipper and the goal scorer, of course, hands the armband off. Who's it going to? Well, he passes it over to Mulligan. Now we're going to one of the defenders, but Boyle getting a cheer as well. And it's 1 Aussie for another and Suto. Number 22 coming onto the field in place of the skipper. We'll have to see, will that be a change of formation? Will that be as just seeing pictures as well of Miguel Changa-Chaiwa. He's also down on his haunches as well. His left hamstring, looking like it might be a problem. I don't know if it might be a double substitution. Apologies. It will. We only saw one, but it will be Azim Abdoulaye who's coming on. So Chaiwa is off as well. So Boyle and Chaiwa off as a double substitution. Abdoulaye and Suto on to the field of play. So that's the second and third substitution for Hibs. They've also got 2 left with 1 block to make it, of course. It's only been a double change for Motherwell so far, so they've got 3 to make with said double change left. 73.5 minutes on the clock. That's a heavy pass into the feet of Abdoulaye, and he loses the ball. Motherwell coming forward. Well, he's the one to lose it. Nearly wins it back. Side edge of the area, opens up his body. Thought he might go for a shot there. Into the feet of Fadinga. Sparrow ball into the box. Too much height on it. And Selinga comes and wins the ball. He will punt it long. Looking for Suto. Lowe goes up to win the header as well. A little bit too much on it. And well defended from Knight Labelle. And it trickles into the arms of the goalkeeper, who just rolls it back out to the Canadian defender. And he now comes away with the ball, plays it to Sparrow, looks for a long ball forward into side. Deflected out for a throw-in. Sparrow, he's being hounded down here by Elding, number 7 against number 7. Sparrow doing oh so well to come away with the ball, and he will win the free kick. Almost going for a piggyback there was the former Sligo Rovers forward, Elding. See what he's trying to do. He's trying to press him down, of course, and I know what he was trying to do, but just never got going. Maybe just a little bit too frantic, you have to say. There's a substitution coming on now for Motherwell as well. Lowry will be coming on in place of, I believe that was Regan Charles Cook. We'll get full confirmation on that substitution in just a moment. But it is Lowry coming on in place of the forward, so that might just be a little bit of a tactic change as well. Cook's been, well, he's been all over the place in all the best ways. He's been in the middle, he's been on the right-hand side. He's led the line at times. He had that big chance, as we did speak about just a moment or two ago. But the substitutes are coming quite quick, quite frantically as well. So we'll have to see how that does play out. Suto getting his first few touches. He came on for Boyle, of course. Abdulai in the middle. Midfielder getting comfortable on the ball. He's had the first few touches as well. 76 minutes in. It's Hibernian 1 and Motherwell 1. Opening weekend at Easter Road. Between these two sides who do have eyes on the Conference League qualifiers on Thursday. Late tackle there by Sparrow on Elding, and Sparrow will go into the book there. Could see it coming. I mean, watching it back as well, maybe it's actually not as late as I first thought. He does catch him. Does the Motherwell skipper. But that was a good play from Elding as well. I wonder if they will put this one into the box. Paslak, who's almost been on set piece duty all the time, plays it short and quick into Elding. Ball fizzed into the area, and the strike goes wide. Low stretching to get on the end of it, and almost to a degree, well, the caught Motherwell cold there. Did the Hibernian players with the set piece. I can imagine Lowe will have seen what they were trying to do. I'm not saying Lowe was caught cold, but he is stretching a little bit for it. But could he have done better?
Yeah, he definitely could have done, because it's a good chance and he's watching it the whole way go across the penalty area. He'll be a bit frustrated with it, but because it was such a powerful low in front of him cross, he's having to be on full stretch. Not necessarily his fault. I thought his positioning was really good. Cross could have been a tiny bit better. But yeah, it's the fine margins, isn't it? And what a chance for him to put them in the lead.
Nearly giving the home side the lead. Of course, now coming into this game, there have been no clean sheets in 11 games for Hibernian. Will make it 12. So I'm sure going into Thursday's game, they will like a clean sheet in that one. We'll have to wait and see. Ball into the middle. That's a poor one on the left-hand side from Sid. Picked up by Abdullah. Brings a bit more physicality, you'd say, into the midfield than Shiwa did. Feeling all the best way. Didn't really mention the Hibernian defensive midfielder. Again, he didn't make a mistake. Didn't do too much in terms of getting on the ball. Mulligan's being that more box-to-box, frantic midfielder. You have to say Kerr. Almost like, I don't know if maybe they have gone to a back four here, Hibernian, because it looks like Kerr and O'Hara are the two centre-backs. We've on that right-hand side, Paslak and Obita almost acting as a defensive full-back, but definitely playing more off that left-hand side. Mulligan, centrally about halfway into the Motherwell half, swings it out to Obita, who's holding the width on that left-hand side, swings a decent ball into the box, just over Lowe's head, and Suto was following in, but just can't get the header right. Paslak, that's great play from the right-back in a winner free kick. Longello trying to just usher it out of play for a throw-in. That is top play from the right-back there. The former Dortmund man kept fighting for it and knew they had two defenders against him. Once he won the ball, so he knew what he had to do. Watching this replay back, Obita, what a ball that is. Suto, well, he just gets his header all wrong, actually, because he just doesn't time it correctly. He should be doing much better there, the Australian forward. He came on for Boyle, a skipper, a few moments ago. That's one of them, because nothing came from it. It was a big missed opportunity, but that could have been a massive chance. That could have been 2-1 right there. And now they have a dangerous set piece to boot.
Yes, dangerous opportunity coming up, and now it's Longello limping. It feels like it's going to be Hibs that push for the winner in this game. I think Motherwell would like to just maybe get out of here with the point.
Yes.
I think they take that because they've not been great, have they? Yes, they had a great chance to make it 2-0. And I said at the time they probably won't get a better opportunity to make it 2-0, and since then they haven't. But good opportunity coming up.
An opportunity to swing the ball into the box here. It's almost corner territory. Or beat it. Delivery straight into the arms of Paulson there. Could have and should have been better from the left back, especially after the cross he just put in where Suto missed a header. Lovely play from side to get past his man. Driving forward here. Motherwell, the game is getting stretched. Puck sit to Sparrow. It was overhit for Sparrow, but I don't think Sparrow ever wanted to get going to they put the Jets on there. It was a poor pass from the Motherwell midfielder side. I won't deny that. But Sparrow almost, if he would have got going and got the Jets on and got a bit of a sprint on, I do think he probably gets that. But also, I think that's going back to the point you just made. He's probably thinking, well, what if I don't get to it? Then I'm out of position and Hibs are going to try and come on the counter-attack. Hibs, the host, they're the ones that are pushing forward. Ball forward for Suto, tries to bring it down. He does, quite awkwardly, but he's still going with the ball. Back to Mulligan. Suto passing to Elding. It's a bit awkward for him to bring down. Back to Mulligan. He might go for a strike here. He does. Blocked away and out for a corner. And as you said, Kieran, less than 10 minutes of the 90 to go. Then stoppage time. It is the host pushing for all 3 points.
They're absolutely pushing for all 3. And the Hibernian, this time it's Mulligan. He'll be eager to get a involvement in a goal, won't he, in this second half. His first half was really poor. Trying to get Shuto involved in this one as well, since he came on for Boyle around the 73rd minute of this one. Longella's now gone down. Not too surprised. We saw him limping a few minutes ago.
Yeah, it was after that tackle with pass, like he was stretching for it. He didn't get the ball. He got the man. It looks like he's definitely pulled up. And what you would say is, I think, if I'm being honest, I'm not saying you can't pull anything halfway into the season, but that to me is almost screams of this is a player, you know, again, not fully fit. You know, he's gassed 80 minutes in and he's, you know, fatigue 80 minutes in, but that's not really a shock at this stage of the season. But that does mean for this corner, unless they are going to be able to quickly make a substitution, Zongello is off the field of play and already walking behind the goal that Hibs are attacking. Well, it looks like it's a double change because Priestman is making his way off the field of play. So they've already made 3, so this will be their last changes of the game. Wilson is on for Longello, so they will be able to get all 11 players onto the field for this corner. I thought they might be down to 10 for just a moment, the visitors, but Wilson is on along with White. So Longello and Priestman off. Wilson number 23 and White number 25 on in place of them. Corner to be taken. Outswinger by Paslak. It's a poor delivery into the box. It's a good clearance away as well, as far as the halfway line to Obita. Of course, Hibs will keep this attack up. The ball flung into the box. Keeper comes to claim, makes a meal of it. Lowe's there, goes for the strike. It's Mormon once again who blocked it off the line almost. Attack is still on. Ball into the box from Suto. They're making a meal of this, so Motherwell defensively. Elding goes for a frantic strike, cleared away. Hibs will keep the attack up. I do believe Elding's taken a knock there on the edge of the penalty area, but the attack is still alive. Referee doesn't bring anything to a halt. Hibs keep the attack alive. That's a lovely ball into the box, but well read by White and well intercepted. Lovely play from Saeed, but he just can't get away from the 2 or 3 Hibs players that he's brought down by, I do believe, Paslak. Mormon, if he wasn't there, I think Hibs would at least have scored 1 extra goal. Paulson comes to claim it, makes a meal of it. I think low, because Paulson's almost in his way, so he doesn't get a clean strike, but he gets a strike on goal. If Mormon's not there, it's in the back of the net. So 2 times Mormon has denied Hibs basically off the line.
And both times Paulson's dropped it in his own box. And I wouldn't say the goalkeeper's had a bad game either for Motherwell. Seems a really good shot stopper. Maybe just claiming the crosses is a weakness, which is why they keep doing it. But great defending from Mormon. I gave him man of the match in the first leg, which was definitely helped by the fact he's got an absolute worldie as a centre-half on his debut. But even defensively, he's great. Defensively today, he's been an absolute man-mountain. Has Martin Mormon, the Austrian, and he's been perfect at the back for them.
I would say he's 6'1". He looks about 6'5". He looks like a mountain of a defender. So I think that just proves maybe his heading ability, maybe his leaping ability. I don't know, but he just seems to be in the right place at the right time. And I think if you're Hibernian, you're looking for him to not be playing against you next time. The last 10 shots, well, the last 8 of the 10 have all been for the hosts, and Motherwell had the first 2 of the 10, but it's all been Hibernian. It's all been the side from Easter Road on the attack. Less than 5 of the 90 to go. Currently 1 apiece. Hibernian 1, Motherwell 1. Unofficial independent off-tube studio commentary of all the action this Sunday afternoon. Round 1 of the Scottish Premiership. Of course, as well, tomorrow evening, the last game to go between Celtic and Dundee FC. That'll be an interesting one. Catch that on this service, but we're not done here, of course. And Motherwell may be able to hit on the counter-attack. Ball back into the box. One-on-one opportunity! And on the counter against the run of play, Motherwell open Hibernian up. The away end is going absolutely ballistic. And with 5 minutes to go, Motherwell hit on a devastating counter-attack. It's a lovely ball back into Ibrahim Saeed, picked out perfectly. He rolls it past the goalkeeper. 85 minutes on the clock, as I say, against the run of play. It is Motherwell who take the lead. They regained their lead from earlier. It's a mistake in the middle, but Motherwell, they play it to perfection with the passes. Said with that lovely pass back into the middle. On the left-hand side, the ball is rolled into Said. First time strike, as I say, rolls it past the keeper. Hibernian 1, Motherwell 2.
What a counter-attack it is. Who'd have thought it was going to be Motherwell who get the winner in this? I thought Said maybe just messed it up. He let it roll across his body too much, which when he actually hit it, he's had to stretch for it. So he's lost his balance while striking it. Credit to him though, he's just rolled it into the near post. That goal's going to mean so much to him. He had a very poor season in front of goal last season, Said, with 3 goals in 38. He missed 2 great chances in the first leg that I covered, and he was stropping, he was throwing his arms around, he was almost pointing to the sky as if it's just nothing's going for him. He's got that goal, and you could see the elation on his face, couldn't you? I think he's had a good game. I think he's held it up very well for a smaller striker. He's drifted wide, he's done a lot for his side. And wow, yes, Saeed's got the goal that's given them the lead, and a huge lead against the run of play in this second half. But a lot of credit can go to Mormon as well, because his defensive blocks that have been huge in this second half have alluded to this as well.
Yeah, I think you're right. The goals from Fadinga and the possible winner from Saeed will live long in the memory as a throw-in here is taken. Mulligan with a strike at goal, blocked away by the skipper Sparrow. That's a captain's block and a piece of defending from the skipper's manual right there. We will say though Hibernian will push until the very last second. Kerr into Mulligan. Well, it's a bad pass into him, but it's a heavy touch. And now Motherwell are flying forward. Could they go and get a third? Lowry driving forward down the left-hand side. Takes it very wide, but look, maybe he's looking for the corner, looking to take some seconds off the clock. It's Fadinga who comes away with the ball. He was looking to his players. You could see him looking and pointing and going, well, you need to help me there. I can't do it all on my own. If anything, come and help me out on that left-hand side. 2.5 minutes left of the 90. I'm sure what stoppage time we get will be interesting to see. We got 1 in the first half. Again, there hasn't been many stoppages, if we're being bluntly honest, have there? It's been a very free-flowing second half of football. Maybe the 3 or 4 because we've had subs, we've had goals and stuff. Maybe pushing 5 if, well, Hibs will want to see 5 and Motherwell will want to see 3 minutes or less. Paslak on the right side, ball into the box. Will it fall for a Hibs player? No, it won't. Cleared away. Only as far as Obita, left hand side. Cross comes in, but blocked away once again. The Suto trying to get on the end of it, and he's pressing well. Puts some Motherwell defenders under a little bit of pressure, and Wilson is forced to just clear his lines to the right hand side. Throw-in taken quickly into Mulligan. He's forced to go back though, and Abdulai will swing it to the left-hand side to Obita. We know the delivery's got on him. He's got to get this one right. It's a good delivery into the box. No one there attacking it. Paslak trying to keep it in play. It's hooked away for a throw in there. Good delivery from Obita. I think he'll be thinking, right, how's no one getting on the end of that? Hibs will continue to come forward though. They could be caught on another counter-attack if Motherwell can play their cards right. Kerr. Abdulai is almost a back 3 with Paslak joining as well. Right hand side, ball comes in, held well, Suto has an opportunity, strike is saved, and Mormon puts it wide for a corner. Hibs are going to push for this equaliser, and we could even be in for a grandstand of a finish.
Yeah, we really could. We expect Hibs to keep pushing. Good save from Paulson, but he spilled it out again, didn't he? He's maybe got slippy gloves on today, but he made that huge save, didn't he? As well at 1-1 against Elding, which was an unbelievable save. We see this corner ready to be taken.
He's made a couple of good saves, but he's also been helped out by his defence as well on a couple of occasions. Ball is swung into the box. It's headed well away by the duo of Wilson and Mormon. Only as far as Elding on the left-hand side. Ball comes in, takes a deflection though, and Motherwell are chasing for the ball. Elding will get there first in front of Lowry. Well defended there by the former Sligo Rovers forward, getting back and helping out his defence. Ball into the box. That is a poor effort from Abdullah. Gets it well wrong. Gets it well overpowered. And now with about 15 seconds left of the 90, we're just awaiting confirmation of the stoppage time minutes. And I'm sure that is what, at the moment, David Gray, the Hibs boss, I mean, he might have already been told or have heard mumblings of what the stoppage time will be. He'll want to see maybe a 4-5 kind of number. Motherwell will be happy maybe with 3. 4 minutes of stoppage time. It will feel like the longest 4 minutes in the world, probably, for Motherwell. For Hibs, you'd probably be thinking, oh, is that enough for one big chance? Obita, ball forward, looking for Lowe, stretching to get a touch there. Now the counter might be on for Motherwell. Maswanisa, he's going to have to do it all on his own, but we know he's capable of that. Takes it past a few players. Is he brought down there? Yes, he is. I thought there O'Hara, he was trying to almost body check him, wasn't he, with saying to the referee, I didn't bring him down, it was just shoulder to shoulder. I think it's because he kind of turns his back. It looks like he's trying to bring him down there. He could even say it's a yellow card, possibly. But that's great play for Maswanisa, and I think that's pretty poor from the Hibs defender.
Yeah, it has to be a yellow card, surely, for O'Hara. I mean, it doesn't look like he's been given one, unless it happened when it was zoomed in elsewhere. But that's the most clear yellow card you'd ever see. They've taken it quickly. The free kick, they're not going to try and load the penalty area as expected. They're going towards the corner flag, but Saeed, one too many step overs, he gives away a throw-in.
There was just no one there with him, was there? I think that's why he had to go for step overs, as you point out. But you know what? They've taken about a minute off the clock, and well, we're close to being 2 minutes done of the 4. So we're basically, well, about 90 seconds into the 4 minutes of stoppage time. Obita coming forward. Can Hibs just fashion out one more big chance? Can they create something? Abdullah in the middle. He's got space. Paslak is open on that right hand side if he can pick him out. Nice ball to the fullback. Can he find a ball into the box? Swings one in. Heads go up. It's still in the penalty area. Not cleared away. Low. Back to Abdullah. Strike is blocked away. Fizzes it to the left hand side. Hibs still have a chance for an equaliser. Cross comes into the back six. Header is over the bar. It was a ball into the back six for Elding. He just felt he was always underneath it, unfortunately. It was always going to loop over. It was a good ball, good header. Needed to just get a little bit over it, a little bit more, just underneath it. Maybe a low or maybe a more seasoned striker would have maybe got that on target, kept it low. But that might be, with about 90 seconds, under 2 minutes left of this game, the last chance for Hibs.
Yeah, it might be. Not long left in this one now. It's a good ball in. A lot of lofted balls to the back post that have been good balls, in my opinion, for Hibernian from minute 1, really. We saw a few in the first half. That's going to be really disappointing for David Gray, the head coach of Hibernian, that no one's just steaming in, getting on the end of them. Of course, that time someone did and headed it over the bar, but so many times they've been wasted, and we see Fadinga steps in very well.
He does. He's been fantastic at Hibs, and they're putting some good moves together, but now they've got to defend this one. Saeed, the man who made it 2-1, he's coming forward, pokes it into the feet of Lowry. He's going to go for the effort. It's straight at the goalkeeper, and he spills it. He wanted Kerr almost to just knee it back to him or something like that, but Lowry, it's straight at the goalkeeper, but it stings the palms of the goalkeeper, and because the goalkeeper kind of just paws and palms it, then he has to clear it away, the defender. So it will be a throw-in high on the left-hand side for Motherwell. So they've got the opportunity to tick the clock down even further. They're going to look to put it in the corner, and that's great play off of Paslak, out for another throw-in. This is a big 3 points for Motherwell. First game of the season, you go to Easter Road. These are two teams of equal level of quality, and you pick up a massive 3 points.
Yeah, it would be a huge 3 points in this one. We said it could have been we thought that the odds were maybe a bit harsh before the game on Motherwell, because they're a very good side. Yes, they've lost a lot of players, etc. in the summer. Saeed's been thrown to the ground by a Hibernian player, and I think that's just the frustrations.
100%, and I think Saeed sells it quite well. Going down, SummerSlam's been on over the weekend. It could have been on the show with that flop, if you will. Throwing on the left-hand side. They won't get time to take it, but they're happy because the referee, Steve McLean, blows for the full-time whistle. Well, they took the lead in the first half from a penalty from Ferdinand, as Kieran's pointed out. 4 goals in 4 competitive games. He's on some form right now. Hibernian did pull it back with a penalty of their own through skipper Boyle just before the hour mark, and they had chances, and if it wasn't for Martin Mormon and Alex Paulson, the goalkeeper, and the Motherwell central defender, they probably could have come away with 3 points this afternoon. But a late goal on a clinical counter-attack finished off by Ibrahim Said. A poor season last year, but he's got off to his first goal in his first league game as a big 3 points picked up by Motherwell at Easter Road. Full time, Hibernian 1, Motherwell 2.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next